everyone, this is Gail from Rainbow Food Rocks and Rainbow Healing and Wellness, and I'm here today to talk about what I'm doing in the kitchen. I'm sitting here working in the kitchen as usual, and I thought, why don't I come on and show people what I'm doing? So as you know, I use my recipe book all the time, and I wanted to show you some things I'm doing and tell you a story about what happened to me last night and how I used my oils, which I do sell from the Rainbow Herbals line, to help me out. So let's just show you, we're in my kitchen, and this morning I decided I wanted to eat pancakes and Brussels sprouts. So I made pancakes. I thought I would show you just how beautiful these pancakes are. And these are in my recipe book. And I'll go ahead and show you the page number. Give me one moment, I don't have it queued up. And I do have a bunch of notes on here because this is my beater copy where I come up with other recipes. But whoop, there you are. And that's page 49. So again, this is what the pancakes look like, and we had these, and I thought, I want Brussels sprouts. And I know it sounds totally crazy, but that's just the way I roll and the way I eat. So in my recipe book, I have a recipe for Brussels sprouts with sweet potato fries, and that's on page 87. You can see it's right over here. So I'll show you how the Brussels sprouts came out. And yes, I did eat these for breakfast. I'm not making it up. These are delicious. You can get them in bulk if you do shop at Costco, or you can go to your local farmer's market, or you can grow them yourself, which I'm trying to promote people growing their own food. And as you know, on my Rainbow Healing and Wellness channel, I do have a garden in the back, and I am growing potatoes and sweet potatoes and celery and mint and sage and eggplants and okra and so much more, lettuces, yada, 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 and growing fruits, and I have fruit trees. So you can check out Rainbow Healing and Wellness for that. And then let's go ahead and show you some other things because I've been so busy in the kitchen. I made oatmeal raisin cookies, and I also have oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. And again, that's in my recipe book, so I really do use this book every single day. And I'll go ahead and show you which page that is. That's on page 123. So there you are. So you can see that. And besides having these lovely cookies for when I'm snacky, I'm working on making a batch of rainbow cookies for my friend Colleen at Siphon Draw Apothecary. Now, if you remember, Colleen is the one that took my essential oils and made me a soap bar so I could use them for myself. Use soap bars for myself. And so Colleen is having a function. It's a very unfortunate one, unfortunately, and I'm making rainbow cookies. So I have not divulged my rainbow cookie recipe. I've given some hints to some people that have asked, and I am a certified home baker. So that means I can bake in my house and sell cookies within Arizona. So I can sell my oatmeal cookies, I can sell any cookie from my recipe book, and I can sell the recipes that have yet to be released in my future book that I'm hoping to release by the end of September, early October, so that you have all those desserts for the holidays. So this is the base for the rainbow cookie, and the really cool thing about this is it's wheat-free, dairy-free, corn-free, soy-free, egg-free, gluten-free, yeast-free, peanut-free. Oh, what else is bothering people nowadays? I never ever use anything like cane sugar. Well, this doesn't even have any other sugar that would be caustic to someone. I do have to say one caveat though. This one, I view it as vegan, but if you are a diehard vegan, the rainbow cookies are not for you because it's from the raw honey from Siphon Draw Apothecary. So Colleen, even though she's also a vegan like I am, she and I both still do honey. So she has her own honeybees and she sells her honey at her store here in Arizona at Apache Junction. So I use her honey to make my rainbow cookies. So if you are like really strict vegan and you don't do honey, I can substitute the honey with something else like a coconut nectar or maple syrup, but I can't guarantee it's going to have the same taste. But we could try that. But that's the only recipe that I'm creating that is not fully, and I haven't tested it yet, fully vegan compliant if you do honey. If you don't mind the honey, then this recipe is for you. And if you're paleo, this is a grain-free cookie as well. And again, you're just looking at the base. So a rainbow cookie, if you don't know, I have a book over there. I should show you what they really look like. So they're very popular in New York. Give me one moment. I'm going to sneak around here to grab something. So when I lived in Seattle, I used to do home baking, and I used to sell the original style rainbow cookie. So if you're from New York, you're from New Jersey, don't mind me, I have to bend over here. Trying to get this recipe out, not recipe, picture, sorry, I misspoke. Okay, so this is what the original looked like back in the day when I used to sell them, and we're talking like almost a decade ago. So if you have seen this cookie, you know what I'm talking about when I say rainbow cookie, okay? From the Rainbow Girl. So I have recreated this. Now this one used those dyes that are really bad, especially if you have a child with autism or ADHD or ADD or anything like that, or if you have a health issue, Epstein-Barr virus, multiple sclerosis, any kind of autoimmune issue. You don't want to eat the original version. And I found out, you know, by going through this whole journey, which you can listen to my other videos to find out why I'm doing what I'm doing. So I recreated this. It has a raspberry jam, and again, I don't have anything that has cane sugar, so I'm very particular. All my ingredients are organic, and I source them very carefully, but they're very expensive because it's really hard to find good quality stuff nowadays. And you can watch my other videos to find out why. And then there's an apricot jam, and then there's chocolate. And I used to use chocolate that had all kinds of stuff in it, and now I only use the huge chocolate. So actually the only thing, yeah, there's a little coconut sugar in the chocolate, otherwise it would be really bitter. But if someone really wants me to, I could do a chocolate without anything, but it's pretty bitter. I used to try to eat chocolate that way, and I can do it, but you do want a little bit of sweetener in there. So you get an idea, but I don't have the colorings is the only difference, but everything else is the same. The taste is magnificent, and in my opinion, they almost taste better because they're pure. Like the original version had the marzipan, which is the almond paste, and even in that, there were things that I didn't fully agree with. I think there was cane sugar and stuff. So I've gone down to making this compliant for everyone. So if you're a vegan that eats honey, if you're doing paleo, if you're doing grain-free, if you're doing all these other things, the only caveat I would say is if you don't already know from a rainbow cookie, it does have almond in it. So if you have an almond allergy, this is not for you. But if you don't, you're gonna want this cookie, let me tell you. So that's what I'm making for my friend, and again, 3 layers. So I have my 3 layers here. What else do I have going on? You know, since we're in my kitchen, I'll just share with you, like I was cutting up for the Brussels sprouts, and I have here all the ends. And most people go, oh, okay, discard. Well, like I've said in many other videos, you can take your ends and freeze them in either a Ziploc bag or a Pyrex, whatever you care to use. And then you can save these for your homemade vegetable broth, which again is another recipe in my recipe book. So everything I do all ties together. There's no waste. Here's my homemade vegetable broth, page 21. So you're getting to see that I am trying to use every part of everything. What else do I want to show you before I tell you the story, which is what inspired me to come on in addition to working in here? Oh, I'm making bread. So I haven't posted anywhere because I'm trying to keep my recipes a little more secretive than I did last year and the year before. So I am making a bread, falls in the same category as the cookies. It's everything free, but if you have an almond allergy or if you have a problem with honey, it's not for you. Otherwise, this bread is gonna be awesome. So I guess that makes 2 recipes that aren't for strict vegans, but for everyone else. Again, we could experiment if somebody wants me to. If someone writes me and says, Gail, I'm totally interested in what you're doing. Can you please try to find a different sweetener than the honey? Yeah, I'll try maple syrup. I'll try coconut nectar. I'll try dates. I'll try date syrup. I have date syrup. I just don't know if it's gonna have the same taste, and I'm really particular about things looking aesthetically pleasing, having the taste that you're used to, but being cleaner and not causing any kinds of problems for anyone. So with that said, let's move into my story. So what brings me here is last night I realized that, oh gosh, before going out, I'm sorry, I have all these things popping up on my screen. Before going out, I was like, oh, I forgot to sweep the floor. I live in Arizona. It's been super hot. You know, bugs and all kinds of stuff are out in the garden. And I guess my seal on my sliding door wasn't working to its optimal level. Oh my gosh. So all of a sudden I'm sweepering, which is, I'm saying sweepering, I'm sweeping, but I'm saying sweepering because the device is called a sweeper. Okay, so I'm sweeping my floor and I see these things crawling around the door and at the wall next to the door, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I keep my house super clean. I deep clean every 2 weeks. I clean every day. I'm really almost like not quite, but almost like an OCD with the cleanliness because I do a lot of cooking and baking and everything. So everything's super clean. And I always sanitize with essential oils and yada, yada, yada. Anyhow, the point is, I see these things coming through and it's like 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm like, holy cow. So luckily, I have my Rainbow Herbals brand. So I have my tea tree oil, I have my neem oil, and I don't know if they're like baby cockroaches or beetles. I don't know. But I'm taking the stance like, what if these are like little cockroaches trying to sneak under? Because out in the garden, my daughter has seen a bunch of them, and so I was like, oh gosh. So I know that neem oil and tea tree oil keep away cockroaches and other things, and also the neem helps with taking the aphids off of kale, and tea tree just, you know, keeps things away in general too. So I went and did the whole perimeter, and I put first in a spray bottle, but then I actually put like actual drops, and so I went all along, and by golly, they're totally gone. And I haven't had a problem, but I thought, you know, let me come on and talk about some of the products that I have. And while I haven't created a website where you can just click and order, that doesn't stop people from just emailing me, right? So you could actually email me, and I have 10 milliliter bottles, if I could speak today. And so most of these are from India. A few of them, like tea tree, obviously comes from Australia, and sweet orange and lemon are actually from Italy. Those are harder to find in bulk lately too. So everything, of course, is, you know, food grade for the ones that you want to use in food anyhow. But they're all the standards. I get the sheets and everything, so I have all the safety sheets. What I'm getting at is I offer these, and if you live in Arizona, I also have a Scorpion Be Gone spray. So what I do is I take 5 key essential oils, 4 of which I sell, 1 of which I have some of from India, but I don't sell. I could buy in bulk if it becomes an interest. And I take those essential oils and I make a spray, which is diluted in water, which if you've followed a lot of what I do, you already know what I'm using. And I go around and I spray around the house after I do my deep cleaning. And that keeps the scorpions away. Maybe I'll see 1 bark scorpion a year, maybe. So they are definitely not coming in, which is fabulous. And I know that they're outside, they're hanging out in the garden, they're hanging out on the concrete wall things that are all around my house. So I have that I can specially make for someone that wants to place an order. And then I have, and the price sheet for just the standard essential oils is on my website. You just need to go to the menu and click for the Buy Now Essential Oils. And then I also have, which is not on the sheet, I have pine oil, which is a big thing right now. So you can order that from me. And the price for the pine oil is the same as the peppermint. So when you just look for the peppermint price, it's the same for pine oil. I also have a rose hydrosol and a sandalwood hydrosol. So what does that mean? That means that it has purified water. So it's not the full strength, because rose is really expensive. Sandalwood is kind of hard to get into the States if you want pure. So if you are looking for that as well, and you have a budget, you're trying to stay on a budget, I do offer those. And again, you can go to my website, which is www.rainbowfoodrocks.com. That's where you can also find my book. So this book is available on Amazon. If you don't like working with Amazon, it's on Blurb. And if you want an e-copy, I still haven't put it on my website, but I do have an e-copy on Dr. Paul Cottrell's store. And so you can buy it there, and then he can pay me back. And that's a good way to kind of support everyone in our network. And so what else would I leave you off with? Well, let me know if you have comments, questions, and there was one more thing I want to tell you about the oils. I can't remember. You know, I have forgotten, but I do have really great oils, so check them out. Yes, so please like, subscribe, share with like-minded people, and I'll see you on the next video with another recipe. Ciao!